Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you the middle grade books that I am most excited about coming out in January, February, and March of 2022. All right, so this is now going to be my second year doing anticipated releases. I am planning on doing them quarterly again, just like I did last year. And just like I did last year, I am also planning on doing separate videos for middle grade and then for YA and adult. So this is my middle grade video. I will link down below my YA and adult most anticipated releases if you are interested in those as well. But yeah, let's get into this. I have 9 books to share with you today. I will be sharing them with you in release date order. So yeah, let's just dive right in. The first book that I want to talk to you about is called Operation Sisterhood. It comes out on January 4th. It is by Ologbemisola. I think I said that right. Rude Perkovich. And yeah, this is about a little girl, Bo, and her mom. They've always lived by themselves, but recently they've moved to Harlem, and they are living in a brownstone with a bunch of other people, namely 3 other young girls. And so you have Bo and her mom, her boyfriend, her mom's boyfriend, his daughter, the twins, Lily and Lee, and their parents, along with a dog, 2 cats, a bearded dragon, a turtle, and chickens, all in one brownstone. And so she doesn't really know where she fits, Bo doesn't, and it takes place in New York City in the summer, and it's just about her and trying to fit in amongst all these other people and finding her place, and it just looks really, really cute. So that is the first one on my list. The second one comes out on January 18th, and it is The Lock Eater by Zach Lorraine Clark, one or the other. And this has to do with Melanie Gate, who is a lock eater. She has a peculiar talent, which is that she can open anything. Any lock releases at her touch, she can open anything. So one night, her orphanage is visited by a traveler, which is a gearling automaton. Automaton? I think that's right. And that the automaton is there on behalf of his magical mistress who needs an apprentice, and Melanie is selected because of her gift, and then her life changes in a flash. And yeah, Traveler is not who he seems, but then neither is Melanie, and it's this epic adventure with magic and secret identities. And it says stinky cats, fierce orphan girls, imposter boys, and a foundling and gearling hotly pursued by the most powerful and dangerous wizard in the land. So that just sounded like a lot of fun. So that is the second one on my list. The third one on my list is Wayward Creatures. This is by Dana Lawrence, and this one just sounds really sweet. It says it is for fans of A Wolf Called Wander and Pax. I have not read either. I own Pax. I don't think I own A Wolf Called Wander. I've checked it out from the library before though. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, like I said, this one is by Dana Lawrence. It comes out on January 18th, and this follows 12-year-old Gabe. He doesn't really know where he belongs anymore. Everybody kind of has their own thing going on. He doesn't really know where he fits. And so in a plea for attention, he decides to set off some fireworks in the woods near his school or near his house, and he sets a forest fire, and it destroys several acres. And so in the chaos of the destruction, a coyote named Rill, who is also tired her family and longing for adventure, finds herself far from home, and they end up meeting, Gabe and Rill do, and forming a friendship. Gabe is tasked with cleaning up the forest through the court system, and finds Rill, and they form a friendship, and it just looks really, really sweet. So that is number 3 on the list. Number 4 on the list is Pam Munoz-Ryan's new book, Solamar. I'm so excited. I love Pam Munoz-Ryan. Her last book was not my favorite. I'm hoping this one turns it around a little bit. This one seems to be a little bit magical, which is not always my favorite. I prefer her historical fiction, but I'll take it. I will still read it because I read everything by her. She's one of my favorite middle grade authors. But this one follows Solamar, who, on the brink of her quinceanera and her official coronation, she visits the Oyamel forest to sit among the monarch butterflies. While she is there, the sun pierces through a sword-shaped crevice in a boulder. And shines on her and sends the butterflies humming and swirling around her. And after that, she finds out that she's been given a gift. She can predict the future, the near future. And she also has become the protector of the young and weak butterflies. And then after this happens, tragedy strikes when a neighboring king invades her village and takes her father and her brother and many others away. And the remaining villagers are taken hostage, except for Solamar, and she has to save everybody. And so, yeah, that just sounds fun. So, it's not, yeah, I'm excited for that one too. The next one I have on this list, number 5, is the next installment of the Babysitters Club graphic novel adaptations. This is number 11 in this series, and it is Goodbye Stacy, Goodbye. This one is going to be done by Gabriella Epstein. One of the things I like about the Babysitters Club graphic novel adaptations is that they are switching up the artists in each one. So Raina Telgemeier, I think, did the first 4, and then they've kind of been switching it up after that. And yeah, these are based off of the books by Anne M. Martin. But like I said, this one is Goodbye Stacy, Goodbye, and this is about Stacy moving back to New York City from Stony Brook, Massachusetts. And so it's just about everybody being sad about her leaving. And yeah, so that, obviously, I will be reading that because I've read all of the other ones. The next one that I have on my list is one that was sent to me by the author, and I'm very excited to check it out. This one comes out on February 8th. Oh, I forgot to say, the Babysitters Club book comes out on February 1st. But this next one comes out on February 8th. It is called Ripped Away. It is by Shirley Riva Vernick. And this is like a historical time travel. It just sounds really fun. So it is about Abe Perlman, who wanders into a fortune teller. And the fortune teller tells him that he may be able to save someone's life. But before he can ask any questions, he's swept into the slums of Victorian London. So there he finds that his crush has also been banished there, and they both together soon discover that they have been plunked down in the middle of the Jack the Ripper spree. And so because Jack the Ripper and everything going on, there's a lot of xenophobia going on, and Mitzi and Abe are Jewish, and there is a lot of anti-Semitism happening. And so, yeah, to get home, they're going to have to work together to figure out how the fortune teller's prophecy is connected to one of history's most notorious criminal cases. And they'll also have to survive the outpouring of hate toward Jewish refugees that the Ripper murders triggered. So it's based on real historical events, including the Ripper crimes and the inquests and accusations against immigrants at that time. So I am really looking forward to checking this one out by Shirley Riva Vernick. So yeah. Next on my list is one that comes out on March 1st. This one I would probably say is my most anticipated middle grade release of this quarter. I am so excited about this one. This is a graphic novel, and it is Anne of West Philly. It is a modern graphic retelling of Anne of Green Gables. I recently read, and this is by Ivy Noel Weir and illustrated by Maisha Haynes. I recently read The Secret Garden on 81st Street and loved it. I believe that this author also did Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, which was a retelling of Little Women. I was not as big of a fan of that one, but I love The Secret Garden on 81st Street, and this is Anne, and so it just, I'm so excited. But yeah, this follows Anne Shirley and Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, who are looking to foster a little girl, and they foster Anne, and Anne comes in and she just has a big personality and goes to school and becomes friends with Diana and Gilbert, and I'm so excited. This just sounds so cute. And so yeah, if you're a graphic novel, middle grade graphic novel lover, I would suggest checking it out because it sounds like it's going to be a good one. All right. The next one that I have on this list is by a beloved author who I unfortunately was not a fan of the last book I read of hers. So I'm hoping that this one changes it up. This is The Ogress and the Orphans by Kelly Barnhill. This comes out on March 8th. This is the same author who wrote The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which I know a lot of people loved. I did not, but this one sounds like it's going to be really good, and so I am very interested in checking out another book from her. But this has to do with, it's also fantasy. It has to do with a fantastical town called Stone in the Glen, and it has fallen on hard times. People there have put their faith in the mayor, who is just like very showy and promising things that he can't actually fulfill. And yeah, and the only people that can see through his charade is the orphans at the orphan house and a kindly ogress who lives on the edge of town. And then one day a child goes missing, and the mayor says that it's the ogress that did it. He blames her, and the orphans know that that's not true because they are friends with the ogress, and so it is just about the orphans telling the story of the ogress's goodness to the people and them not listening to the orphans, and it's just like this whole thing. So it sounds really interesting. I'm definitely excited to check it out. It sounds like it's going to be good. All right, and then the last one that I have on my list this time around is called Watercress. This comes out on March 29th, and this is by Gregory Maguire. Think Wicked. He wrote Wicked. But anyway, so Gregory Maguire, and then it's illustrated by David Litchfield. This one drew my attention because it has full-page illustrations, and they look amazing. But this is an animal fantasy, and this has to do with a rabbit and Cress, whose father doesn't return home after a honey gathering expedition, and she's still hopeful that her dad's going to return, but her mom just kind of assumes the worst, and she ends up moving Cress into, I love this, it's into a basement unit of the Broken Arms, which is a rundown apartment oak tree. And so it has to do with all of her neighbors, a suspect owl landlord, a nosy mouse super, and a rowdy family of squirrels, a pair of songbirds who broadcast everyone's business. And basically the tagline says, "Can a dead tree full of annoying neighbors and no papa ever be home?" And it just looks so cute, and the illustrations look gorgeous, and so I'm definitely really excited to check this one out as well. So those are the 9 middle grade books that I am most looking forward to reading that are coming out in January, February, and March of 2022. What are some of your most anticipated releases for this quarter? Let me know that down below. Have any of these been on your radar? Are you excited about them now? Let me know that as well. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!